Hello, everybody. Welcome to my Facebook Live and my podcast. And soon you will also get it in the YouTube channel. I have a story to tell you. Now that all the Jewish holidays are over and life is starting to get back into somewhat normal, I have a story to share from years and years ago, but somehow it became live in the last week or so as I told a couple of people about that. You'll wonder, why do I even remember this story? Maybe I remember this story because sometimes I experience it even today, doing it myself. And that's the story about competing and comparing ourselves to other people. So this is how the story goes. When I was 22 years old, I came to the United States. I married my husband. Long story how that happened, fun way, but not for today. And I lived here for about a year and a half. And my very good girlfriend at that time, let's call her Diana, she was getting married in Israel. And she invited me to the wedding. We were in high school together and we were dear friends. So I knew that the wedding is happening in August. And so I planned my trip so I will arrive to Israel just in time for her wedding. And in order to save time, I went back then to Nordstrom and I bought a beautiful dress from Nordstrom. I remember it vividly. So keep in mind, it was 1988. It was black and white, half and half. It was a wrap around, and it was just above my knees. And it was kind of wrapped. It looked beautiful. It was very complimentary on me. I was back then size 2 or maybe 4. So you can imagine it was looking like really great on my 110-pound body. And I felt really pretty in that dress. And I thought to myself, I'm going to go to a wedding in Israel and I'm going to bring my dress from America. It's going to probably be so cool. And no one will probably have it. So I arrived to Israel, and a couple days later, there was the wedding. And I go to the wedding and I see girlfriends from high school, and they set us all in one table. And someone else had the same dress, the black and white wrap with buttons across above their knees. Who was it? No other than the bride's mother. The bride's mother had the same dress that I bought in Portland, Oregon, all the way to Israel. And I did not know what to do. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm wearing the same dress as the mother. It's more important right now, maybe, to turn around and to see, how did the mother behave? What was her, emotion? Well, and let me to give you a little bit of information about the mother. The mother was a little bit bigger than me, of course. She wasn't 22. She was in her 50s. And she wasn't size 2 or 4, whatever size I was then. And she asked the photographer not to have me in any of the photos for the wedding. Yeah. When they came to take a picture of the table, they asked me to leave. I remember that. And I remember when they had a group picture, they asked me, the girlfriends asked me to take a picture rather than to be in the picture. And following the wedding, Diana stopped talking to me. She never, until today, contacted me ever again. And at that moment, I must tell you, I felt a sense of compare and compete. And I thought what a curse that was. Back then, I thought, why are we comparing ourselves to other people? And since then, I've seen it with people today at the workplace, in a community. What do I have? What does she have or he have? Am I as successful as this person is? And I thought about that all these years, thinking that competition is really hard. On one hand, it could be a wonderful and a positive thing if we compete with ourselves, against ourselves. And I love Nelson Mandela's quote that I do not lose, I either win or I learn. Imagine if that would be the mindset of every human being. Yet, we don't. So I want you to think for a second, what will we attract more of if we had the mindset that compare and compete is a curse? What other windows will open up for us when we don't compare ourselves to other people, but we rather try to be the best that we can be? In positive intelligence, we have that saboteur, that it's the universal saboteur, it's the judge. How do we judge ourselves? How do we judge other people? And competing and comparing is a very much a judge saboteur, taking front and center position in our brain. So what can we do instead? We know that our minds naturally will go to a saboteur stage. When we see somebody more successful than us, more beautiful than us, thinner than us, make more money than us, whatever it is, to the outside eye, right? Because we don't know what's inside. We don't know what's behind in the mind of those people who we think are so successful. We don't know their life story. We don't know what really keeps them up at night. What we see is, oh, this person is successful, or this person is thin, or this person is whatever. And then we make judgments. So my offer today for you to think of stories, first of all, in your own life about comparing and competing. And ask yourself, how has that been working out for you? Did it elevate you, or did it put more pressure on you and more stress on you because you compare yourself with another human being? And you don't realize the champion that you are, that amazing behavior and qualities that you bring that only you can bring. I wholeheartedly think that you, me, everybody have their own superpower. So what is your superpower? What is the thing that you want to say that you are good at? And be that. I was listening to my positive intelligence business coach, Bill Carmody. And he said, be and then do so that you will have or get what you want in life. So who are you truly without saboteurs attack? And can you delve into being the sage that you are, not allowing the saboteurs' interference, so you can be your true self? So you can be that person who is loving, who is kind, who has empathy to the world and to yourself. A couple of clients asked me, they said, Doris, I don't know exactly how to be who I am. I think it happens a lot, right? We cover ourselves with, facade. That's why the word face in English is comes from Latin, which means a mask. In Hebrew, the word face is panim, which actually means the inside. It comes from the word bifnim, inward. So what is it in your inward? And if you have a hard time finding that, delve into that. Sit in that maybe uncomfortable place and ask yourself, what is the awareness that I am discovering about myself? Journal it. Watch how you do things. Watch the impact of the behavior that you have on other people. And then discern. Perhaps even ask other people, what do they think? People that you trust, but also people that will not be yes, sir, or yes, ma'am kind of people. The people who you really want to get feedback from. And ask them, what are my superpowers? What is single my superpower? What would you say I'm known for? I think with me, one of my superpowers that I think it's in every single talk that I give is that energy, that positive energy. That positive energy that wants to elevate your life. And it's based on the knowledge and the convictions that I have as a human being. So what are the convictions that you have? And then live them out. So it's being who you are. And if you have a hard time finding that, connect me as your coach. Do the necessary step to get you out into the world, showing your full lights around you. Because I do believe that you have a light around you. But sometimes we constrain that light. So this is an opportunity from this story, from the wedding dress of size 2 for Doris and someone else's dress that was not size 2, that made me remember that comparing and competing can be a curse. However, competing with our own self to get us better in life without the saboteurs of the hyperachiever that beats us on our head like, oh my God, Doris, you missed that. Oh my gosh, if it wasn't because of this and this and this, I would be so much more successful. No. Come to improving your life from a place of joy, from a place of insight, from a place of love, loving yourself and learning from whatever is going on around you. So that's my story for you today. And the takeaways, you'll tell me, what are your takeaways? Because that's really the most important part. It's through the story and through the lessons that I've learned, I'm sharing it with you with the idea that it could impact your life, that it will make your life slightly more positive today than it was maybe an hour ago. My belief in you that you are only one of you that was brought to this earth. And you have a mission when you came into this world. Your work is to uncover it and to see the greatness that you are within you and what you bring to other people. So that is my talk for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for my podcast listeners. Thank you for helping me be who I am. Make the rest of your day as beautiful as it can possibly be. I believe in you. So continue to be positive, be yourself, be the champion you want to see. Bye, everybody.